people don't, the more and more people don't do it, and that apparently stops people quicker than lockdowns and whatnot.
The rule where?
Sweden, I know, did a fines for not having masks in public or whatever, and they noticed a drop in cases when there was a spike in the cost.
Yeah, we can't do that here though.
Yep.
Atlanta tried. There was like $1,000 fine for masks for a while, but then like the governor got involved, and he was like, "Nope, not doing that."
I mean, it's $500 fine for littering, and look at our streets. So
Yeah, but they did try. I thought it was a good idea too, but then there was a problem of like, I was trying to work it out in my head. Like, let's say you can't pay the fine, or you're like, screw it, I'm not gonna pay. Then what are they gonna do? Put you in a jail cell, which has already been proven to be very ineffective since many jails have seen a rise in virus. Actually, I was watching this interesting video where in Italy they were releasing a lot of the prisoners from their prisons because of COVID, and during that release, like a bunch of the heads of the mafia families got released even though they weren't supposed to. So now like these cases they've been working on for years pretty much got blown up because the heads were able to get out, and who knows what they told the their families and stuff like that. So now they're starting up from scratch again. Hey guys.
yeah, or maybe they got COVID.
No, they didn't, because they're in like special like cells. But because I was watching the video, it was talking about how at least in Italy there's been a rise of the familias in taking place to do stuff the Italian government hasn't really been doing. But one of the downsides is they've also been doing a lot more of their business where they loan people money, and then you have to pay that money one way or another. So there's been like a lot of people going to the hospital and businesses being taken over and shut down and stuff like that. Oh, really interesting.
Verily.
It was.
What are you eating? A bean paste bun?
No, I'm eating a matcha cookie that Fung made. She's been very matcha heavy lately.
I'm eating noodles.
Noodles. Oh, you like noodles?
You know what Lily made today though for lunch? Ah, I love that girl so much. She made schnitzel sandwiches for lunch. So I was just sitting there. I was having a crappy meeting.
Perfect mid.
Hmm.
Official US ping perfect, like always.
Yep. Should be the only server in the list.
It's just not letting me join.
Is there something weird going on in the server? Cause
Yeah, I not found it, and then it crashed, and then or maybe it crashed.
I'm in.
I crashed.
I made it somehow.
I was just getting hit by like 4 people, but I wasn't seeing their animations playing, and I was just getting hit like left and right. They were literally just standing around me.
Were they all bots?
I couldn't tell. It honestly happened so fast. I don't think so though, because they came into the camp like specific. I don't know, maybe they could have been. I have no idea. Seriously though, if you guys do end up hanging out, be safe. My mom's a nurse, and she's told me plenty of horror stories. So
I ain't risking anything with COVID.
You should go on mute while you slurp your noodles, though.
Alright, fine.
But it's so slurpy.
Push to talk is great.
Yeah,
I don't think Twitch wants to hear noodle slurps. It's not an ASMR stream.
How about mouth noises like that? Your Twitch like mouth noises like that.
So apparently there's a disorder where you can't stand the sound of people eating.
People eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know it was a legit disorder. I thought it was just most people don't enjoy mouth sounds.
Really? None of my
Yeah.
Asian friends like mind mouth sounds. In fact, they all get weirded out by, you know, Americans with their
Don't
obsession
start with
with
all
mouth
that.
sounds. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It is one of my product managers. He actually has that. Like he just will freak out if he hears people eating on a call. So I always go on mute when I have lunch.
When people call me and they want to talk and they also decide they want to eat, I let them choose between the two. And if they choose the eating, then I will hang up and then they can call me back.
Oh man, I wish I could do that in calls, but that is not the case all the time.
Oh, yeah, no. People at work don't eat on the phone.
Yes we do.
Can hey Connor or Adam or both of you, can you guys suicide and see if you still have the ability curse when you respawn?
Yeah, doing it right now.
Yep.
I still have the curse.
Okay, so you respawn with the curse.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Great success.
Alright, hold on. I'm gonna try one more thing though. Let me do the
Oh yeah, I see the effect
class
on you
change.
still too. Ooh, I just crashed. Oh no, I didn't get crash log. The stupid crash reporter switch didn't work. That's disappointing.
I don't think I did it fast enough to test, but I was trying to see about class change in case that did anything.
That is a good thing to test. I mean, it's still a death, but yeah, class.
It works with team phase as well.
It works
Class
for-
change, team change. It happens when your character spawns. It doesn't matter what happened to get you there. So even new players would have it.
Okay, I was just testing. Don't yell at me for testing.
I wasn't yelling at you. I was letting you know that
You're being very
I was
harsh,
being thorough.
Ajani. You're being very harsh. Okay.
I feel attacked.
Not like that person that was in that bathroom that one time.
That's just
I don't even know what you're
inappropriate.
talking about. Yeah, that's
Do you-
that inappropriate for Twitch.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Ajani? Remember that phone call? I hear you
What?
giggling over there.
Oh, get out. Oh, wait, I'm broadcasting? What am I broadcasting?
That's funny. That's so funny.
If I was the turn off broadcasting option, how would I? Oh, I'm not. Okay, cool. Did the server crash, Matt?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, you guys should see all the maple trees should now have no leaves on them, and there should be trees on fire.
There
Oh,
is-
whoa!
but
They
it
just whoa! Oh, whoa! It keeps like I just
They
saw
keep
'em-
popping.
Whoa, that's
right?
right. Oh, I know why. Okay.
Is that what you were
oh,
gonna say
every
there?
every score change, it's playing it over again because the conditions are still met. I need to put a do once in there. Oopsies.
Mm.
That's an easy fix.
why they
well,
kept popping.
you
I
get
was
to
like,
you get to enjoy the disintegration over and over.
Alright, I'm back.
The Yamai are making everyone, including themselves, hallucinate greatly. It's a feature. It's the hallucination DLC.
So the last couple of playtests, I've noticed that like sometimes the game gets extra dark in certain areas, or it feels like the shadows just go like.
Yep.
Okay.
That's been toned back this week from last time. They were like totally black last week.
I remember. I
I-
couldn't see myself one time like a shadow.
It should be a little bit, but that's when like Yamai gets ahead and they get the ashes and stuff. That should be a little less jarring now.
Still a little bit, I think. Because some of them shadows are like real dark. Oh, wait, no, something changed again.
Yeah, every time Hanako gets killed, it's gonna replay that event. I know exactly why. Every map's gonna do that too, I think.
Mm.
Actually, the other ones are like scroll based, so it'll only replay on a scroll capture, but it would only be when the game's over. So it won't do it on other maps. Now that I think about it. But besides the regrowing each kill, what do you guys think about the this Yamai global effect? Besides the shadow feedback's useful to know.
Sorry, say it again.
Just the fact that the world changes based on like what's going on.
That's a really nice way of providing progression.
Yeah, I guess it is. I don't know. I couldn't really tell as much. Like, I had to look for the trees burning, and then I guess there was the ash from the pink petals, but I don't know. Is the idea that the progression would be whenever you fix the blueprint or whatever, that it would be slower and more gradual, or more sweeping and permanent? Like,
it's sweeping and permanent. Like, there's a specific trigger. In the 3-point modes, it's if a team gets up 2-0, and essentially it's match point. In this mode right now, it's based on if a team gets to 50 tickets. In Castle Raid, it's basically just after the first point if the attacking team gets it, because the match is over otherwise. And those are the rules right now.
Got him.
So what do you mean by 50 tickets? Because we're both under 50 tickets.
So when the tickets both get under 50, basically it's looking at if one team is above 50 and one team is below, then the condition is met, and it triggers that team's, and then there's no more events the rest of that match. Is how it's supposed to work. Really, for battle, it should probably be like the 10% warning or something near the end of the game, or maybe like when a team runs out of tickets, it does it, or something like that. Because for the other games, it's kind of match point.
Okay, and then I think the progression probably, I would like, if you haven't sketched out your idea of the progression, I would think about that, because like at one point you had like ash falling, and then that disappeared towards the end of the game, but I would think that ash falling would be towards like the end progression or ultimate state of like destruction, or Yamai winning, like everything's burning, ash is blowing around, like it leads up to that, and the opposite for Hanako.
The ash disappeared because Hanako got under the like landslide rules. So Hanako like caught back up enough to turn off the ashes. Like if you're up 2-0 and the other team comes back to make it 2-2, then it's now an even match, and the global particle gets turned off.
I would still do like some sort of flowchart for how you want that to work, because like there's a lot going on there. And just from my perspective, ash is a good symbol of like a very serious end state, but if like ash could disappear, come back, disappear, and come back, depending on how you have the flowchart happening, and vice versa for Hanako, you just might want to like flow that out. Think about how you want that progression to work.
Feels like a lot of ritual events are happening.
Like, will Ash play in this one too?
If Yamai gets up to 2-0, then yes. I think maybe even 2-1.
And then if we got up to 2-2, would it play nothing? Would it go back to neutral?
It would play petals if Hanako gets up 2-0, and then flowers would grow.
But that doesn't actually mean we're winning. That just means that we're even now, correct?
If it's even, then the global particles turn off. The global effect would still persist, because it's like trees on fire aren't gonna, I mean, I guess technically they could just regrow to their original state, but right now, if Hanako was to come back, or let's say Yamai gets up 2-0, the Sakura trees burn, they're on fire, there's the Ash and Ember's particle. Hanako wins the next 2 points, and it's 2-0. Or sorry, 2-2. The Ash would turn off, but the world effects would just stay in their current state.
Yeah, actually, these might be like things to take down and note for that story discussion that you want to have. Like the art progression, so story progression thing.
Yeah, Ajni, this was the formula I sent you. There was like, I set a target score for each mode, and if one team's above it and the other team's below it, then it's triggered. And that's basically what the logic is. Like, it's a simple formula for each mode. I think you had an idea for one that would work better.
Yeah, but it's a math formula that simplifies all that work. But I think what Connor is talking about is what order which effect happens, and then what happens in the reverse direction, just to make sure it's a bit more consistent and it might make more sense. For example, if you have the Ash piling up and then the Hanako catches up, then maybe you should have Ash and Snow because you've both done a lot, and it represents your forward progress. And another team's forward. This is not a zero-sum scenario, so you can both be almost about to win. So if the Snow is Hanako's about to win and the Ash is Yumai's about to win, then both of them there can tell you that it's match point in either direction. So it's not even in the sense that both of you have a long way to go. It's even in the sense that both of you are about to lose. Does that make sense?
Yep. That can be done.
I just think we need to answer the question from a story perspective of how do you want those particular pieces of art to tell a story to the user while they're playing the game. But the story it tells has to be the same story regardless of map game mode.
Yeah, I mean, the behavior is consistent between the mode, but what triggers it is different, because not in objective modes it's more cut and dry because it's based on the objective like that you just played. So like you win a control. These modes it was a little like more difficult to figure it out because like in the village maps you do the rice field, Hanako wins, you get tree growth around the rice field and flowers in the point. That's like an obvious progression thing you want. Hanako won. On Hanako Village, if Yumai destroys the temple's on fire and it stays on fire. For these modes, there's not like localized objectives really. Like the whole map is involved in play. So this one I had to take a little more creative lenience on that rule set.
What if you...
And I had to have overall rules trigger it. Whereas in the objective modes, the total score only influences the ash or the petals, but the environment changes are local to the objective.
Right, but what if you abstract it a little bit? You know how like some games have like a morale bar, and like things might change when your morale goes below 75%, right, or whatever. If maybe you take the art and you think about it from a perspective like that, like you're telling a story about like morale or the world, and then figure out how that abstracts into the game mode, I guess. So like if Ash is supposed to always represent, like Ajin was saying, that you're gonna lose if you don't do something very quickly to change the tide of everything, then you just need to figure out what that trigger is per game mode to trigger, right? Like this is you about to lose, and now Ash is falling all over the place because everything's about to be burnt to the ground.
Yeah, in village and castle maps, it works exactly how I want it to. In that, from that perspective, this mode it pretty much does. Just the question from you guys is, what happens when the score is made even?
Right. And do I understand what Ash means all the time? Because I didn't understand it so much in the battle, and I think if I saw Ash here, I wouldn't necessarily understand. Maybe, I haven't seen it yet, so I'd have to see it here first. But just, yeah, having that same consistent meaning.
Caught me on the bathroom, Aj.
Uh-huh. Well, it's war.
Yeah, right. Presently, the consistency between modes is one team is very far ahead of the other, if not outright match point for the global ones, which is the Ash and the Petal stream. Like for Gifu, I don't think 50 tickets is the right value. It should be the low ticket warning, or if like the first team to empty, or rather the first team to get the enemy to empty should get the, like if Yumai has 10 tickets left and Hanako's down to players remaining, they would get the shits on fire and all the leaves like burn away. And that's a clear event that's causing that. Because it's a little more map wide on these modes since there's not like locations, capture points or stuff like that. And these ones 2-0 makes sense to me for the scroll capture.
What's the difference between the local and the global ones that you're doing?
In the control zone maps, the changes are based on the objective being won or lost, so the trees only grow around the point or the destructible, or the fire is only on things near the objective, whereas these modes, since everything's in motion, there's trees kind of scattered around. It comes across more global on this mode in Gifu because there's not a central spot where like the 50 tickets or whatever could happen at any time. It's not a location that's causing that. But the behavior's the same. Yumai getting ahead, trees are burning away, catching on fire. Hanako wins, trees are growing, flowers are growing.
Yay.
Or if teams stay evenly matched and it stays mostly tied, then neither team gets either.
Okay.
At least that's the intention behind it. And from like the Ash and everything, I don't know if it's one of those things like it's a cool thing and eventually you figure, like I don't know if you need to initially understand it because there's no way to really explain it other than the trigger is consistent, like from game mode to game mode more or less. Like match point, here's the thing, or overtime, here's the thing, or team is about to win, here's the thing. Like Ajni said, I could see a point for having Ash and Petals at the same time. Like the post effects would not play together nicely, but the two things could. I opted for performance sake, they're just gonna turn off if it's even. And the local effects will hint at what's happened up to that point. But you do get a lot of cues about like match state and points and stuff like that as well. So they're more art, but they do have a feedback function. But feedback isn't necessarily the primary goal of them. So like right now the Ash is on because Yumai is at match point and can win. If Hanako was to score this point, the Ash turns off because now it's even again. Like, is that weird? I don't think it's weird, but maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's weird. I was just saying that I don't,
You mean for the Ash and tree? I would say that. Well, never mind. I already said. Sprinting's broken.
Are you cursed? Oh wait, is it the sprint curse?
Yeah, it was.
It's a feature.
Do I look like I'm skipping around to anybody?
Where are you?
Don't worry about it.
You always look like that.
Skipping around?
I missed. I tried to hit the guy behind you. loving these new parry sound effects.
They're
Lawrence
nice.
has been doing a great job.
Yeah, he has. He's definitely nailed down the like, hey, this needs to be really impactful, but also different from like what other similar actions.
Matt, would you redo these trees so they don't have
Yeah, they
spike
look
branches?
they look pretty bad without leaves on them, don't they?
Yeah, they look like thorn vines that grow in my backyard.
Yeah, I am. I don't even think I can art direct bullshit my way out of those looking how they look either. They're optimized to death for performance, but the fronds like cover all the crappy low poly branches. They just look like crazy spike trees. They look within the Yamai theme, but they are like a PS2 era tree.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think they look pretty good. They just look like what they are, though. And an option might be to swap out the leaf texture or whatever for burnt leaves that hang a little bit, if you don't want to have to re-render those branches. Like, basically use the texture to fix the spikiness while maintaining performance without adding new triangles. Maybe, if that's
that's totally viable solution.
Did I just lose the scroll? Did I not have it the whole time?
Interesting. The crash I got, Aj, was the remove status of the update status is tick, but it wasn't the use custom version. It like skipped those parts. And the interesting part is I did a brand new UE engine on 421.2 just to see if that was why. No, the overtime queue doesn't. Did you guys get an overtime alert at all right then?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
An alert? An alert? No.
Okay.
I just assumed overtime was happening.
Also, the map during the Yamai victory thing with the extra trees messed up is kind of dope.
And now there's a tree on fire. The other tree. Oh, that's the hero tree.
I need to turn those petals off when it's destroyed.
Or set them on fire, but you know.
So after this match, we're gonna play a block out of the new map with fixes from last week, so we can actually complete it.
Are the curses fixed?
Yes, yes. You curse and bless your way to victory.
I mean, they've been used last match for sure.
I got fooled by your own mechanic.
Whatever. I'm still a genius.
You are.
I can't wait till that friendly fire gets in there. I'm gonna hate myself that much more.
The friendly fire curse is the most trolly feature. Curses are definitely more satisfying than the blessings.
I mean, I have mixed feelings about that.
I do like the defense shield one a lot, though.
I wish that it automatically parried arrows.
Oh, dude, we just need to make it a thing. I'm totally down to do that. Except for the most part, it's you doing that. It has I don't think anything to do with me at all.
Yeah, I just turn off damage for arrows during that buff.
I've been getting input locks. Last match at the end, I couldn't attack.
What character?
With the ninja, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Had
you
that
use
issue
the hook?
too.
Oh, what's up, Joe?
I didn't think I
Were you
used the
guys
hook.
using the hook?
Actually, I kind of forgot about the hook.
Oh, so you did not use it, but you still got the input lock.
Yeah, unless I accidentally used it.
You know what? Were you jumping around much?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if it has to do with something I did regarding double jump.
I was like
that might
backed
be-
up
whoa.
against a rock and that happened.
Yeah, it happened to me, Matt. When you were actually meditating at that ritual, I had input lock on the bridge.
Interesting. What character are you? Ninja?
Oh, it was the ninja.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a repro for it now.
Oh,
Super
nice.
easy. Also, this was telegraph. You know, I was running around trying to find the point, and then I was like, "Oh shit! There's ash everywhere. I need to actually find the point because crap, we're about to lose."
Yeah, but that's because you know that. Like for me, if I just came into this match and there was ash and some ember and like a building burning in the background, that doesn't necessarily tell me that like we're 1 point away from losing. That just it's all just like spatial effects, which is not a bad thing. I'm just saying that doesn't really scream like Yamai's having it. Like I would expect that all of the trees would be on fire. Like every tree would be burning. Or at least all of the pink trees to match the other maps. That was kind of the expectation you set for me and the other maps was pink trees burn.
And they do in this map, but only around the point that is associated with them.
Right, but that's different. So that's what I was talking about when I was talking about creating like a story, because now you're localizing the story to those points to fit this game mode. But I think maybe we need to look at, does it just make sense to have it be a global thing regardless? Because like if half the game modes aren't localized and they're saying that this gravity or effect takes control of the entire map, but then your other half are localized,
I tend to agree with you.
it seems like it
Wayne.
might just be easier to go global with it.
I don't think
regardless.
people are going to care.
Fatal error. What happened?
I'm sad that the crash reporter didn't get included. It's checked, but it's like the check only applies to file package, not project launcher commandlets. But I added it. It's a stupid thing. That was to Ajni more than anyone else.
Stop running. He's got like full armor. It's gonna be annoying.
Stupid bots ganging up on me. I'm capping a point. The bots are too powerful.
Wait, I stunned him. How'd he keep moving?
It was a lucky final sweep.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage.
It's hard to connect, but when you do, it does. I think it does like 100 on that hit or 50 on that. It does a lot.
Everyone has green helmets.
I see all Nagis.
I see Nagi, Kenshi with a green helmet and red armor, Kenshi green helmet, red armor, and a Nagi. Yamai, both of the Nagi Nadas.
I wasn't even playing a Nagi. That's not right.
Well, I think that now that I understand replication a whole lot better than when the end game characters were made, like probably 3 years ago, I should probably figure that out.
Fix that. I have faith in you, Matthew.
The end game guys are using loadout components too, so it's like I loadout back end mismatch stuff. But the formula that's picking people seems to differ from client to client, and it's not storing, it's doing the calculation client side, and that's wrong.
Wait, so which gate is open that shouldn't be?
So I temporarily just put the gate under the map so bots can get in and out to defend this, and it seems like it seems like they're not moving anyway.
Well, ours are.
It seems like the Yamai ones are not, but the gate snaps into place after this point.
Oh yeah, the Yamai ones are just standing there. They don't even target people. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Oh, you know what? They're going for the objective.
Oh, and it's under the world. They don't know Z. The gate needs to be inactive.
Yep.
So after this, they'll work properly. And the whole reason I moved it under was so I should have just checked bot ignore on that during this part. I did the gate move very hastily, so. But we should be able to complete this match now. The last point was kind of messed up if it got defended, so at least we can play. And it's mostly humans anyway, so. Yeah, name. I think, do you, like, as a player, do you feel that it's okay if the like environment changes are different from game mode to game mode? Like, I don't personally think it should be global everywhere. Like, I think that you get the reward of winning an objective is that area is now on fire if you're Yamai, or you just grew a bunch of trees in the Yamai village. I think it being global on the other modes is fine because you're just in a battle, like you're in a battlefield. There's no local objective, so they have to be global. In Yamai, in the scroll modes, you're capturing scrolls. Like you could grow trees or burn trees in the bases, I guess. What?
Do you see the gate?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually thought I fixed that, but I did not, because I did see this in editor. Well, it's gone now. Fixed.
You might also need to fix the totems to bot ignore too.
Oh, are they going to them?
I don't think they should ever be doing that by default anyway. Peculiar.
I'll have to double check the ritual configs in the other maps and make sure I didn't miss a flag. I think I copied these in from castle and just moved them, the other castle.
I think. All right, not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm in a match and I'm like, wait, which team am I again? Which one am I supposed to be? Am I attacking this one or defending this one?
Yamai is defending.
No, I mean, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but the fact that I literally just told you this means that I think something needs to, like, that icon maybe should say attack for attackers and defend for defenders.
Oh, like the way that the destructibles do?
Yeah, because there is this little capture icon, but it's easy to not see, being gold, a lot of gold going on, and then it moves around from place to place. Oh wait, why am I doing this to Hanako?
That's a nice little archer spot.
Far enough away to make it not worth it for you to come over here.
Yeah, but
What a
also
nice-
you can do your full kit with no problem. There's also one of the changes too is there's 2 other side paths into the castle now, which with our game size right now it's not super important, but in full matches it would be potentially. Ooh, I side flanked you using that said path.
Because I have been
and it
not
was-
looking at the. I don't know what these bots are doing, but they're hanging out as a team of 3, just facing each other. It's some really weird stuff going on over here.
They're like going back to the spot. It's strange.
Yeah.
Maybe they just don't
There
want
must be some dynamic elements on the map that are moving around.
Ooh, crash. So, any feedback or thoughts on this map? Connor, Ajani, anybody? Not all at once.
Not a lot.
So far it's back yet on the full layout. It seems very large, but maybe that's because it's missing
A roof.
stuff. Well, no, but like the main courtyard when you come in just seems really large.
That was my feedback too. I said like this area is gigantic and you don't fight in it. It's like it's not even. There's no objective here. Really, I almost feel like this map could be a three objective with a second one in the courtyard. Like it's just. I don't think it's gonna get changed unless like I do it, but it's
Yeah, it's definitely interesting and cool. Like, I like that there's multiple avenues into places, but
Wait, did Hanako capture that? Or did we defend it?
I don't know. I see a defeat.
I saw the bar filling up though, so I'm confused. I want to play that again.
It was a bit.
I second what Connor was saying. When at the second spawn point as Hanako, the first thing I see is this wall that I have to get over, but for no purpose. Like I got to go out to the sides to climb up to go to this wall, and then there's a space, the killing ground in front of me. So probably want to put some obstacles in there somewhere. What the heck are you doing all the way over here?
How do you guys feel about the ritual placements?
The rituals are fine. I think it might be interesting to make those hallways rather than open spaces, but I don't think that was the original intention. So
There it is.
there, what is?
My beard shampoo. I just remembered I had to get some more of it, so I was putting it in my
Oh,
shopping cart.
so is it intended to be as open as it is in this courtyard area?
Like the Yamai spawn point?
Yeah.
I don't honestly know what the intention, why it's so huge. It was a note I made before we even tested it, just me running around with bots. I thought that it was just too, like, I was like, this is gigantic for no objective space. Like, you don't do anything, and the...
You talking about the second spot? Like once you go through the door here?
Yeah, like right now, Hanako spawns outside the gate as like the progressive spawn. My feedback for this portion was like, the forward spawn for Hanako feels like it like barely moved. And you still have the gate in your way, which I wasn't positive. There wasn't an explicit like, hey, the gate has to go with the first objective. I wish that that was officially in the requirements, because it would have made this, some of these other issues I think are because like we're having to work around that choice. I think it's cool that it's different that way in a way too. But yeah, the fact that you destroy the gate and in another map you destroy the gate, the point's right there. Like this could easily be the same way. I almost wonder if like the first point should just move here, and Yamai starts like in that open space, and then they still have so like instead of spawning right out inside the gate like for the first point, they would just spawn like in the castle, like that first open space, and run out. And then for the second point, Yamai's spawn would still be moved to the back because they lost, but Hanako's would then move to the point.
Wait, hang on.
Where
Is
Yamai's
capturing
first
the
point
right
is now. What?
Did Yamai just capture that point? That was the broken thing about this point.
Yeah, it's for some reason it's letting Yamai capture it. I don't know why.
Because the owner is probably set to -1 instead of 1.
No, it's set to 1. I checked it. It's. I'll check it again, but.
Well, then it might be something in code. 1 + 1 is 2. Mod 2 is 0. Yeah, that should not be a thing. All right, I'll check on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could be that space could be less daunting if there's just like stuff in there. Maybe if there is a third staircase or something going up, but it's obstructed, so it's not a straightaway path or something. Like, I don't know. Or maybe there's just like things in the courtyard to play around with or move around.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be props and like a medium cover pass and stuff, like obstacles and stuff. But yeah, I agree that as a space, for it not holding an objective, it's kind of pointless.
But isn't it the size of this space here?
Yeah, it probably is.
The size of which space?
The space out in front of the gate?
I don't know, Hanako. Hold on.
I get frame rate drops whenever into the courtyard.
Yep, I see. I'm playing on a dev build, and I see that there's like it's looking at the castle, right? And then it gets better if you like turn around. Yeah.
Specifically when you look at the castle, there's probably a lot on screen.
It's part of the like day-night random. There's something weird. I see that it's a lot of light maps aren't compiled, which is why that's a big performance problem.
Huh. Interesting. So I think I just found an interesting bug that I've never come across before. And well, so I pulled up the escape menu real quick to check out one of the menu items, and somebody murdered me while it was up, and now I'm spawned and my keyboard will not work with the game right now.
Yeah.
I can't change my class. I can't hit escape to get the menu open again.
So you got that's an easy reproduction too.
Yeah, so I had it open and I got murdered, and then when I respawned, I can't. My mouse and my keyboard are locked out of the game. And
All right. Well, that should be an. God damn it! I crashed again.
me too. I don't know. Maybe that was more the crash that was oncoming. I don't know.
No. It was a totally separate thing. I know exactly what your issue was, Connor. It's an easy fix, actually.
Back tapped.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, look, it is late in the evening, and I am going to
Same,
get
man.
on out of here.
All right, get your beauty sleep.
All right, guys.
Hopefully it helps.
Or later, guys.
All right, later.
You joke, Ajani, but there is a company I found that makes some good skincare for guys. I do my nightly ritual now with Fung. You know, got my face
it Lumen?
moisturizer. Yes, it is.
I've seen the advertisements and they're very appealing, which makes me not trust them. But I've thought about it walking home outside of the advertisement. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
Well,
I went and I did my research on it beyond the advertisements because I saw it too, and then I decided though I try them, and so far I've enjoyed it. So you laugh, but I get that beauty sleep on now.
Well, beauty sleep is the sleep, not the goo you putting on your face. But I feel you.
It helps.
Would you recommend it?
I would.
Does it handle your under eye dark lines like it as advertised?
I didn't get the dark eyeliner stuff for my under eyes. I just got face moisturizer because I was noticing my face was getting more dry.
You know, old crusty face.
No.
Just like they used to call you back in the day. Connor Crusty Face McCarthy.
But there's some pretty good stuff there. There's a good beard care place that I would suggest, but since you have a child's facial hair, I can't give it to you.
As soon as you started that, I knew that this was going to end poorly for me.
Oh no, gotta go. Bye.
Whatever. Bye, Felicia. Oh no. Should have challenged you to a duel, Joe. Matt, it seems like the wind is blowing really hard by the crematorium.
On what? Oh, those are like weird physics. The circling lanterns or the
column-shaped lanterns.
Yeah, that's just weird physics body behavior. There's not actually even an impulse on them. Like I could nudge that constraint like 2 units and it probably would fix it.
Better run.
Wow, this might be the first time this thing was ever defended in a playtest.
It's because it's 2-on-2 right now.
Yep.
I love changing stances just for the final hit to that medium stance for the Kenshi.
Oh, it's nice. The uppercut.
Not even the uppercut, but the just one of the side attacks, because you just like whip out the blade, do a slash, and then they go down.
That is pretty nice. Isn't
The
it?
Ieyasu sword slash style. Oh, that's right. This is the broken one.
What do you mean?
There are rice fields.
Oh, it wasn't Rice Field. It was that we tied on the first destructible, so it activated both victory objectives.
Ouch.
Yeah, that
So then what happened was we captured Rice Field, and then the HUD just automatically went to the armory because it was also active. Had someone stepped on armory while this was in progress, it would have like flashed to armory and then back to Rice Field.
Gotcha.
It's just that it's just like that when the clock hits 0, it still lets you hit for like a full second. That should be a pretty easy fix. We will go to Gifu after this, and that'll be the final Gifu. Sorry, I don't think there's the crash reporter. I need to look into how to get that in the build. I might just need to make a custom batch to do builds, since it doesn't let me just add stuff like in line where the other commandlets are. It just puts them in quotes inside like dash add CMD line, and that's not right.
Oh, sure. There's commandlet documentation. I can look into it.
Because the only difference, I did a file package where Crash Reporter works, and I compared command lines. And the only difference is it just has dash Crash Reporter in that just span of like dash cooked, dash whatever. Whereas the Project Launcher one doesn't let you add stuff to those.
Floaty hitbox.
Night name. Oh yeah, we didn't try the to shoot the gate in Hanako Castle with Ite ult. What?
Say
I may just head there after Gifu and try to wait till bots pile up on it and then just shoot it on Hanako, see if I can get it. Or maybe it's fixed now. Who knows?
we can. It's totally fixed.
Do you have an opinion, Aj, on like the kind of local change versus global change for like trees burning and stuff in like match point tie-in? Kind of Connor's argument or my argument.
Yeah, I mean, consistency I think is the best option in general. I understand if you want to keep the like the hero tree from burning whenever the ash effect happens, but I think well, I already mentioned the cumulative effect of the snow and the ash. I think that would be a good call. As far, I think, right, just the charting exercise might make it make sense. I don't know. Marking each of the stages and then what should happen at each stage. So, I definitely think the local ones should stay there. and if there is just the ash or the fires outside of the map itself, then that would keep you from having to. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I would say if the local changes include setting a tree on fire, then maybe make the local changes not that. Find another local change to use, so you can have local changes for objectives, but the how close you are to your final objective would be global and consistent across both of them. All of them, rather.
yeah. Village is close to how I intended the whole feature to work. Like, it's supposed to be, you won the point. Now that, like, it makes sense that you destroyed the temple. Now that whole area is on fire. You captured Village Square. Now that whole area is on fire and has the trees burned away because you just did something there. Having the whole map burst into flames when it's 2-0, that's not really the intent. That's what the ash and embers are for, at least in design. And it's hard to make that consistent on battle and capture the scroll because there's no local area stuff. So it kind of has to be global there. And I get that there's a disconnect, but also I think players are just going to be glad that cool stuff's happening. And it doesn't really... It's okay that it's slightly different for different game modes because the game mode rules are different. It kind of...
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a huge problem with them. I feel like the global one being the ash at game point is the thing that can be shared across all of them. I don't know if you need to have mid-match stuff for battle and CTI. Just, it's basically your match point warning that you can see from anywhere that you are.
Yeah, the tree burning kind of scattered around in the capture of the scrolls is kind of just like a bonus. Like, it's not really... It was kind of like those maps just happen to have, like, either have just ash and flowers or petals, because that's just a consistent match point thing. And the trees burning is for local modes. But I just like, what, I'm gonna try it. It's not super difficult to hook this stuff up. Let's try it in Gifu and capture the scroll and try like something more wide scale and just see what it is. Like, I think it's cool. Like, I don't think it needs to be a heavily debated thing, really. I personally would be fine with it just staying how it is. Maybe clean up the formula and change the battle rules to be closer to like tickets running out than 50. But I think the 2-0 in Village and Capture and the first point in Castle Raid makes perfect sense otherwise.
Yeah. I still think that...
the cumulative thing I think makes sense. I might need to do something to like cut the particle counts in half when it's cumulative, so performance, but I already have like setting bucket spawn rate changes anyway. So like on low spec, you already spawn half as many. What do you see any? I see fully green Kenshi and then fully red Nagi, fully green Kenshi, fully red Nagi.
Yeah, that's what I see. And that was the characters they were playing.
Yeah, Name was posting in stream chat because I think he doesn't have his mic. He was saying he likes the I see the fire on the spots. It's definitely better. Everything burning makes no sense. Each point burning makes more sense. Or like after point loss. That was the only player feedback I got outside of you guys.
Joe didn't say anything.
Yeah, Joe, what do you think?
I had to think about getting stuck on a rock.
All right, well.
That was frustrating.
I'm sorry. May I recommend the spacebar? Yeah, the different loading method I did for this, I've gotten different lighting needs to be rebuilt counts every time we've played. I've gotten 4 different ones, and that's why Castle runs like crap. So I think the day-night random load might just need to get pulled. It's causing some bad problems. It's weird because I told it to do a blocking load, so it's supposed to not even present until it's fully loaded, and it's definitely not doing that.
What's the mission on this one?
Kill.
Just murder everyone.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Ooh, this dude, he's not in chat, but he just used pole vault chasing me. I'm an Ite, he's a Nagi. Pole vault is great for fighting Ites as a Nagi. I don't buy it
also
that
apparently
much.
pretty. He uses it for getting away too.
That's a good ability.
Battle Frenzy.
Adding some knockback and slight damage was nice. We need to tell that guy that complained about Ite balance to play as like, we'll play Nagi with pole vault and explore our abilities, and maybe you'll find that our balance isn't so bad. 2 hours of bitching about Ite balance, guy.
I don't think anything you can say aside from "you're right, we'll fix it next time" is gonna work. And all I said was, "We understand and we'll address it." So.
Yep, and then I pressed the mute button.
My non-committal consultant. Bloodlust is kills in a row. Kill streak, that's the word. And boom goes the dynamite. Also, when you complain about someone being OP and then like, but I'm not gonna even try that class. It's like, well, feel like that's your way of saying you would lose with it.
Almost certainly.
I just got sniped.
Yeah, I wonder who did that. Pro tip, if you're getting tagged by an archer, keep moving, because they'll probably drop a bomb on you.
Serpentine or run in circles, the de facto methods.
But just don't be within 150 units of the spot you started in.
I'm sad we didn't get Night Gifu tonight.
Yeah, well. Oh, he just pole vault. Did you see him pole vault over the logs?
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know you could do that either.
That distance is ridiculous.
You did spend a whole ability point for it instead of a really good buff ability. Or 50 armors. It's a hard choice, really. I mean, that's probably the best middle mouse ability. Bow sweep is like the worst, I think, now. But I think it's because it's like very limited in range. It almost needs to have. Well, the Ite doesn't need any more power actually. It can stay weak.
Yeah. I mean, no one ever buys it, but it is a knockdown. So, like, shotgun bow, bow sweep, and arrows of the fallen, and the Kudo arrow. I mean, just the combination of all of that you can be pretty solid long and short range if you're actually good.
I would be interested to see people that love the shotgun meta trying to integrate bow sweep. It might be an untapped build like pole vault Nagi meta.
I think that if there's I don't think you can aim arrows to the shotgun bow vertically. We might be able to. If you can, then yeah. But I think it'll be harder to get all 5 in there. Just because...
I think it does aim vertically. But maybe not.
Well, I almost never use it. It's a Lawrence question.
Yeah, I go blue... Do you go blue spec now?
I do... Arrows of the Fallen. I don't do the shotgun. Yeah, I do the 2 on the left for the damage and
Same.
infinite zoom.
Same. I love that build because if your aim's on with your basic shots, like it's a pretty strong build.
I mean, my aim is trash, but still, I feel like so I love when there's a big battle and I just start lobbing arrows in there. If friendly fire is on, I will just have to run and come back later because I will kill the entire team. And I think one thing that makes it tricky for me is that camera shake for landing arrows, which is just not good for the bow.
You know what's weird? I'm not getting it right now.
Did you turn off camera shake?
No. Is that even a setting in our game?
Yeah, it's a setting under settings.
Oh, it might be off. I don't remember ever turning it off.
Yeah, from up here on top of this tea house, you can see how far that pole vault goes, and that's pretty far. I think that might end up getting some complaints when people start getting stumped by Ites with the armor. Like, because if you pop your buff, as well as go with the extra armor build, you're doing pretty solid damage, and you can close some serious distance.
Did more people join?
I added some more bots at the beginning because this mode is weird. I think there's only like 3 or 4 in here, just because otherwise the match would basically go to time limit. This is the last one, Arthur. I'm gonna go try to test this, recreate the server crash, where you shoot the
also,
gate.
the ult
but
is
after that, I'm
nerfed a
gonna
bit
be
more
done.
than it used to be. Briefly, the entire AOE knocked down, but now it's just the cone again. So it's much harder to knock down everybody if you don't aim. I mean, you have to aim better to knock everybody down now.
Yeah, it was like seemed like a completely arbitrary to the player distance that the knockdown used to happen. Like the ground target and effects weren't really like sized to. There was no way to really visualize the actual radius.
Yeah, actually, that ground target could be improved. Like, we have the actual shape of it, so it should probably be changed into that.
Yep, that wouldn't be too difficult to do. Could do that during like effects polish. I have to remember how to visualize the shape again so I can like make it match up perfect.
Oh, I had a debug string that would draw the shape in 3D when it lands.
Yeah, I could do that on a local game and pause on that frame and like. Just...
No, it would draw it and it's stuck there.
Oh, nice.
It was for testing the knockdown. So it's like the impact location is there's a small sphere and then a larger sphere, and then there should be a cone from that. The smallest sphere is the full damage. The cone is all the knockdown, and it's full damage and knockdown, and the outer cone is splash damage. And actually, now that I think about it, one issue might be double damage events simultaneously. That include a death from the first one, and we gotta chase them down via minimap.
It seems that way.
It's gonna be one of those guys.
Yeah, and he has 4 minutes to hide. That's a lot of time.
It was the one thing that we tried to put a timeline in for.
Is that a bot hiding?
No, bots don't hide.
I was gonna say.
I can't remember if there's still that get out of the map spot. They might be up there.
He's not up on top of the cliff, and the get out of the map spot is you closed it off to ruin our fun. Remember?
Yeah, I am the fun ruiner for sure.
What's this stick doing here?
Stick Samurai is Boken?
It doesn't have the Boken's curve.
Oh.
So it could be another stick.
An imposter has risen.
Really?
Where the hell is this? Someone's hiding really well right now.
I don't know why he doesn't just like come kill off some bots or something. And unfortunately, since the bots don't seem to be behaving, I don't know what's going on with them. They seem to get dumber and dumber every build.
And no one changes them either. Like they're just like, nope, I'm just gonna dirt McDerpington for this test for no. Ooh, here, there is a spot over here that's supposed to be. I think I did find a way out of the map. I did, yeah, I did find a way out, and it was super easy.
Is he outside the map?
I don't know. I don't see a blip yet, but probably. Most likely. I did, yeah, I need to patch that up. There was another island blocking volume that didn't work. Clever, though. I can dig it.
You can't win if you don't play. I mean, granted, you can't lose if you don't. Well, no, he'd still lose because the ticket count would be different.
Yeah, we would win by, like, overtime rules. Now, if Yamai gets to players remaining, I think it would draw.
No, it should be ticket count. I mean, you did make it set up so there's the overtime is that players remaining, which is probably shouldn't be a thing. Wait, do you just run right out the back?
Yeah, I've been searching the outer map edge, short of jumping off the landscape. Still haven't found anybody.
You know, there should be a Soul of the Samurai pickup out here. If you could just make like a second story cave on these rocks that you then go out the back, loop around.
Ooh, that would be a cool thing if those spawned coordinated with overtime.
Because then it's not really a spawn point anymore that you're having to run through.
I found them. Repeat, I found them. It's a bot that got out of the map. What the hell?
That's not out. This isn't out of the map.
Beef Bro was a bot, and they were like stuck in a cliff. I didn't even know they could. They're not even really supposed to be able to path up there.
Yeah, well, I guess it wasn't a person.
We got outsmarted by our. Right when we were talking shit about Ojbots getting dumber, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go outside the damn map."
Yeah. I don't see characters for the two dead and overtime people. All right, well.
I don't either. I'm gonna try to repro this server crash, and if it doesn't happen, then I'll put the crash up from tonight, and then we'll be good. Ajniv has made machine learning bots.
I tried it and it didn't crash.
Ah, damn it! The gate got destroyed before I could shoot it.
What were you doing this whole time?
Typing commands to change class, and switch teams. I had to wait for respawn. Susan, get good.
Are my arrows going through?
Yeah, they are. I see them. You're almost shooting. Yeah, you did. I just saw you like shooting bots. Well, the server crash didn't happen that time. Good.
Did he just suicide? No, that's my name.
I'm restarting the map to try it again. I think it was like humans and bots were against it. I specifically remember being Nagi and Kenshi and attacking the gate with bots, and someone splashed from Hanako's side on the through the wall, and that caused it. It was like a destructible take damage event of some sort. Ajki, let me know when there's like a pile of bots there.
Oh, there's a pile of bots there. I saw you, Joe, out of the corner of my eye.
I almost got.
We're on 421, but we're going to 425
Yeah, I saw you
by
at
the
the
end
last
of the
second.
year.
How far is that arrow making it through the wall with the ult?
Kind of like the middle of the point. Aj, can you try? Oh, never mind. Next time, can you? I'm gonna stand against the other side of the gate as Hanako. Can you ult it as a Yamai Ite?
Yeah. All right, this next one you gotta you can't keep restarting.
Yeah, I can. We're
You
trying to
killed-
reproduce a crash.
No excuses, Matt. I just want to kill people on the point.
Fine, we'll play this one out and watch us get the server crash now.
All right, so you need to know as a Hanako when there's a pile of Yamai.
No, I need you to wait for it.
Well,
Wait
try
for
try
it.
shooting it now. at
I need
least.
you to Ite ult the gate right now.
to just go through. Oh,
No, it didn't.
I got stuck.
That was mine.
well, I just died at the gate, so FYI, that sort of works.
I mean, it happened pretty reliably in the past,
I guess it works now.
so it may be resolved.
Well, mark it resolved until it isn't.
And now we can play this ish out.
Were you even trying, bro? Just smoked you. Glowing Super Saiyan God Red.
Man.
Bloodbath here.
You know what we don't have on the list anywhere?
What?
Is to fix the alt stance for the Ite. Replication.
What with the alt stance?
To replicate the alternate stance for the Ite.
What's wrong with it?
It doesn't switch, like, you don't ever hold the bow sideways.
Oh, the actual animation pose.
Yeah.
Do you see my bow down right now?
I see it down, yeah.
Yeah, I see the stance change.
Oh, I thought it didn't work.
Do you see me like...
Code. Is spaghetti
Alright.
code a bot?
Yeah, it's a bot. Hang on, Matt, come back. So with the bow down, you see my bow down, right?
Yep.
Am I shooting it down?
No. So it's the shooting, so shooting it, that part isn't replicating for some reason. It's
Right.
weird because I'm pretty sure it's a montage section. I might be wrong actually. I don't know. The bow is definitely upright on you.
Man, it takes so many arrows to kill Nagi.
It really does.
How is he OP? It takes so much to kill somebody. And you can chase them halfway across the map with one click. Wait, Slate Fist Crunch kills Slate Fist Crunch.
Duplicate bot name.
No, I think they suicided somehow. He might have fallen.
Oh.
Spaghetti code killed spaghetti code.
Is that team auto balance?
They shouldn't suicide to switch teams. Oh, you know what? Maybe because they spawn and switch teams. All right. Well, anyway, something needs fixing, I guess. I mean,
It's
not
pretty
bad
minor.
for me to stop what I'm doing, but
So close.
Critical P1.
yeah.
It's really important to maintain bots KDA.
Ah, now I need my shotgun. Oh, I was hoping I was gonna get that posthumous kill.
I love the posthumous kill.
I also love it when I see Lawrence sprinting up to me, holding his bow. I'm like, oh god damn it, here it comes.
You know it's coming, and he still gets it sometimes.
Woohoo.
I guess your 3v1 worked.
Who's Lawrence?
Lawrence is the high ground. He's art.